going on, guys? It's Brian JZ300 back at it again with another IS300 video. And today, same thing. I'm just gonna be grinding. I honestly might even put this on another video, possibly, because it's just been compiling, and then I don't really film all the time since it's just me, and I just start grinding and stuff like that. But as you can see, internals do not look entirely half bad at all. As far as the head goes, the lobes don't look like they're scorched too hard. So over time, it's been well maintenance. I know I've well maintenance it, but beforehand, that's honestly the worst I've seen right there. But I mean, this car does have 240,000 miles. So for 240,000 miles, it's not half bad at all. So this is what I was talking about, where you can hold it. So you hold it here so that you're able to move this bolt or remove this bolt so that you don't move the engine from top dead center. So yeah, this is all off. I have wrinkle paint for my valve covers, so I'm gonna go ahead and just cover this for now so that I can go ahead and degrease this, let this dry, and then I can continue to work on this. And once that dries, I'll paint it, you know, and then I'll do back and forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover this, and then we'll get to that. So I'm using this VHT that I got from AutoZone. It's wrinkle paint. I'm using it on the valve covers. I'm also thinking about using it on the calipers, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, I'm gonna let this dry, hit one more coat, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish the job. I think I need to buy a tool to take the VVTi cam gear off, so we'll have to see. Maybe I have to rush to AutoZone for that. So that's the wrinkle paint all dried up. In the garage while this was drying, I didn't record anything, but I did a couple things. But for now, I have to go to AutoZone to pick up that 14mm hex bolt. But it looks pretty cool. Just aesthetic, something quick that's not hard to. It is a 14mm. All right, so the cams are off. To take the VVTi one, it's that 14mm cover that I was talking about, and then there's another one inside. There's this one right here that holds it in place, and then it just slides right out. After that, you can just get these 10 mils out of the way so this plate comes off, and then you can access your seals. The water pump is out. I've already replaced these seals. I'm pretty sure you saw either previous clips or last video, but these are in. Next up is the front, the main seal from the crank right here, and I do have to go rent a tool so I can take the actual gear off so we can get to that seal. Once that seal is done, I'm going to remove this, get the water pump back on, you know, have a bunch of all the seals for the water pump to replace. Once that is done, we can start putting the timing chain or timing belt back on, and the engine maintenance will be done. I did just receive word that 09 actually finally shipped out my differential and subframe bushings, so that's great news. And also my importer has also sent over the drop spindles and the JZX arms as well. So luckily things are starting to come back slowly and surely, and I'll be able to put everything back together maybe within the next month, I hope. I'm just really excited to start driving it and start drifting it and just feel the big difference. But for now, she's just in a million pieces all over my garage. It's scary, but it's gonna be worth it. I did pick up e-brake shoes and hardware, my GS300 tie rods, and I was thinking what I should do right now is take off or take apart the drive shaft right here, at least the smaller end right there. I don't think I needed it, but I'm just gonna do it because when the drive shaft's off, you might as well get it done. Alrighty. So I attempted it myself before I took it. I thought it was gonna be difficult, but it's not, honestly. It's just a lock nut there, and then you literally, well, you have to take the little, pretty much you could call it a half shaft, whatever goes to the differential. There's a bolt there that's a 24, and then this shit just slides right out, and the carrier bearing also just comes right out. So I was thinking, why not do it myself? And look at that. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this back on. So now that my shaft is ready to go, all I really need to do is just worry about the parts that are coming in and finishing the engine job. My CO9 parts are here finally. Let's unbox it. Okay, first off, we get this pretty cool sticker. I like that, damn. It's pretty cool. Shouts out to CO9. Oh, baby. So here are the differential ones for the back. They're Delrin is what it's called. It's pretty much solid, but it's like a really stiff polyurethane. It's kind of like plastic in a way, but a really strong one. And these are the side ones. And I'm assuming the box underneath is the subframe ones. And this one, solid subframe bushings. So I'm gonna be running 09 rear end setup. It's gonna be very stiff. I heard there's gonna be a little noise, but I'd rather sacrifice noise than fucking clunking in the back. That's the scariest feeling ever when you shift and it clunks. It's just scary knowing that something can crack. My subframe can break. So with this, now we should be all good to go for the rear end. All I'm missing now is the front spindles. I'm waiting for that. It's coming from Japan. Front spindles and JZX arms for the uppers. I'm not sure if I recorded it, but when I was taking off the timing gear, I did end up breaking a tooth, unfortunately. Oh shit, this thing is not, that does not look straight compared to the, hopefully it's still timed right. But I did order a new timing gear. It's here. I do work in like 3 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to throw this engine back together real quick before I go to work. Unfortunately for this part, the neck that goes on the side, my kit didn't come with the O-rings, so I had to makeshift some or find some. There's an assortment pack at AutoZone I got that fits this one, and this one seems too fat, but I'm assuming, you know, once you tighten it, the two bolts, it should evenly disperse weight on both sides, so it should not leak. I hope it doesn't. If not, we're gonna have to find that the O-ring seals. But I did pick up a gasket for my thermostat because I forgot to pick one up when I bought it. So that's also in my bag over here. So we'll put that gasket on. It's right here. Put that gasket on. And while I was at it, I picked up a couple hoses that were corroding on the throttle body or intake. So yeah, that and some O-rings and some RTV for the face because it didn't come with the gasket. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna RTV this onto the engine itself so we don't have, you know, we make sure we don't have any leakage. Don't make the mistake that I did. Make sure you tighten these down before you put the valve cover back on so that you can hold it by the camshaft. That was my mistake, but I caught it before, or when I was putting it back together. So I'm about to tighten this last little bolt here for the VVTi. And once I tighten that, put the valve cover back on, put the timing belt on, put a serpentine belt and alternator back in place, and intake, and maybe we should be able to start it after I put the radiator and stuff, but I'm not gonna try to start it yet at all. I actually wanted to do the power steering belt before I put the radiator back in, and then after that we'll start with the rear end. Timing belt is on. Made sure my marks are on the line, as well as the motor being top dead center. At least that looks top dead center to me. If anything else, just slide this shit. This is just, I just put this on to see if it goes that way, which it does. It goes in with the cone facing that way. I want to relieve the pressure on the tensioner as soon as I know that everything is all good. So I actually wanted to see if I could twist this a little bit before I continue any further. So I'll get back to you guys